So it must have been around October or something, probably somewhere between mid-October or something. Um, and I remember that we were riding around in my friend's car, and we were kind of just doing like the old school way of tuning where, you know, you would drive really fast, um, and then, you know, you would pull over somewhere and, you know, adjust the settings, or just tweak it little by little till eventually you got the car running the way you really wanted it to. So that's what my friend Charles was doing, and my other friend Steve and myself were there helping Charles, you know, tune his car. So there we are, somewhere probably between Pelham or Hudson, New Hampshire, and we just pull in really fast into like this parking lot of this restaurant. There's like a lot of people out there. Mind you, this is like way before, like, you know, COVID ever happened. It was probably around like, oh, I don't know, 2007 maybe, you know, the end of the 2000s or whatnot. And you know, from their point of view, and these people who were just, you know, out there drinking, doing whatever, you know, just, you know, it was like a Saturday night or Friday night, I don't remember anymore, to be honest with you. But from their point of view, they must have just heard like a really loud engine just roaring, just like, it's coming from a distance, and, you know, at that point they were probably like, what the hell? Is probably just, you know, one of those crazy tuner kids or whatever. But from their point of view, suddenly this white 80's Supra, like, you know, it was like 86.5, so this, you know, the ones with the pop-up headlights and stuff. So it just roars in, you know, the rotors of the brakes are just blazing red, just cherry red, and there's this smoke coming out of the tires, the engine is roaring, and it just spins into, like, you know, this big open area of the parking lot. Mind you, all these people are outside of the restaurant just watching this happen, and it's just wild. There's smoke everywhere. Like I said, the rotors are still really red from braking super hard, and suddenly, what really must have tripped them out was that out of the driver's seat, a guy comes in a white leather jacket and pops the engine, and then two guys from the passenger side, both wearing like these just full body jumpsuits, just come out. They pop open the engine, they tweak the settings really fast on the car, they jump back in. The same way they came in, they just like peeled it out of there, man. Just tires ablazing, just, I don't even think the rotors had cooled down completely, and they probably hadn't, honestly. Like, we weren't there very long. And that Supra just took off into the night. Like, I try to imagine what it must have looked like for these people, because we were probably there, oh, I don't know, maybe a minute at the most, while, you know, we kind of just quickly adjusted the throttle cable or whatever, or I don't even remember what it was that we adjusted on the vehicle that day, but we just got in the car and my buddy just took off. Yeah, so then now we just kind of like took off, and, you know, we probably went through parts of Pelham, you know, parts of Hudson, probably, I don't think we hit Nashua, but we definitely probably went all the way up to Londonderry, maybe even Derry, just roaring through the streets and like just pulling over every so often, making, you know, slight adjustments so that, like, you know, our buddy would be happy with the response and how the vehicle was running. Yeah, so that was a wild night. And the thing about it is, now, the people that were there that night, you know, no one really knows what became of that car after that night. You know, some say that, you know, he sold that white Supra. Some say that that Supra got a 2JZ engine swap. And some say that on full moons, on October, on foggy nights, if you listen hard enough, on the streets of Pelham, Hudson, and sometimes Londonderry, if you listen hard enough, they say those three guys, they're still in that white Supra, just roaring through the streets. And some people are probably thinking, Nelson, you're speaking to us right now. But you know what? That's the version I choose to believe. That's the one that I hold dear in my heart. So, yeah.